Hey cadets, Captain Crypto here, and we're in Singapore for Token 2049, Asia's premier crypto event. There's a lot of big funds, projects, and big players in this space, and we want to talk to them and ask them why they think decentralization is important. So let's go check it out. What's up, guys? So I'm standing here with my good buddy,
Bobby Young from CoinGecko.
Aleksander from Axie Infinity.
David Wachsman.
Constance from FTX.
Hey, I'm Justin Wu. I'm the founder of Decentral.
So Bobby, tell me, why is decentralization important?
Big tech companies like Facebook, Google, they've got so much power that our entire digital lives rely on them at their hands. We need decentralization because we need to switch the pendulum back and bring power back to the hands of the people.
In the world today, we have a lack of trust. Like, we can't trust anyone, basically. When you have a decentralized system, you don't have to trust anyone. You can just trust the system to do what the rules have defined, and then, off we go to the races.
Decentralization matters because in the past, the world is controlled in a centralized way, but really, we got to give back the power to everyone. Everyone deserves decentralization, so I think decentralization is a good trend for everyone.
I think decentralization is something we need for the industry to go forward, and there's no right or wrong whether you are using centralization or decentralization. They solve different problems. I think for the crypto space to grow, we need to grow both of them.
Everything around us, including our infrastructure, could crumble. But with decentralization, we're betting on the crowd to keep it up and maintain it. And if we incentivize them properly, they actually will.
Global politics has no rules. The authorities that are supposed to be responsible representing the people, frankly, don't represent the people, and they kind of abuse power whenever possible. It means that you don't have to trust a centralized entity, right? You can transfer funds without any central bank approving it. You have basically money moving around all across the world, regardless of where they live and where they move. That's mind-blowing.
And so I live in Israel. As a human being, I can't interact with other human beings that are with a different religion or different identity. Governments that are centralized authorities don't allow me to interact with these people. Decentralization allows human beings to be part and to do cooperation with other human beings, and it doesn't matter in regards to what religion they are, what country they are. It's literally a person to a person, and I think that's a really important feature for humankind and for consciousness to continue to develop.
Why is decentralization important, and why do we need it?
I think it's important for us to cut out the middleman, cut out the institutions. I think it's all about giving power back to the everyday consumer, the investor, to not give up all your control.
I don't think it's that important, to be honest, since I think we don't have a decentralization. There are parties who can influence over the consensus algorithms. In order to fight with these inefficiencies and inequalities, you need centralized solutions. So we want it or we don't want it. Decentralization will not give us 100% security, and we need centralized tools to be safe.
Centralization is important because we should all be in control of our own assets. We should be able to, walk into any country and not worry about currency and be able to spend on whatever we want, right?
Decentralization obviously is a necessity, gives power back to the people. I think decentralization is the great equalizer. Through decentralization, I think things are also get more secure and more private. It's definitely needed for the future, and they can both exist.
Of course we need it, but what do we need it for? For example, we may not want to decentralize marriage, but we do want to decentralize monetary networks.
Decentralization gives power back to the people. In gaming, it gives ownership of assets, and gamers have been wanting that for years and years and years, and being decentralized allows them to have that ownership.
Why Why is decentralization important?
I think the reason decentralization is important is because the power, information, and money kind of centralized in the hands of the corporate giants like Google, Amazon. We're beginning to see a shift away from centralization, beginning to see that power and that data and that money flow into the hands of users.
Historically speaking, if you look at centralized entities, they always offer something great in the beginning, but at the end of the day, because of the organization structure or human nature, they always ended up, screwing up the business.
The premise of Web 3.0 is that we're going to have both decentralized control and decentralized ownership. I think that's just good for society.
Everything digital has taken such a tremendous importance in our lives that we now see digital platforms having as much power as nation states. And so decentralization is important just because it offers us access to safe spaces where we're dealing with actors that don't have this overwhelming power.
We cannot really rely on middlemen at all times. There are advantages and disadvantages. When you cut the middlemen, you are putting the value into the hands of the users themselves. Transparency, efficiency are the main reasons why decentralization is important.
Decentralization is incredibly important, but I think a little bit of centralization is also very important as well, especially in a space like cryptocurrencies where everything's a little bit unknown. I think a little bit of centralization goes a long way. You hear about hacks on the news all the time, people losing access to their private keys. When there are these trusted parties in the industry that can help you store your crypto, I think that's incredibly helpful and very useful to beginners in the space.
Alright, it's been a crazy 2 days. I am so tired. It's just been back to back to back to back. We got to talk to a lot of projects and different people to see their opinion on decentralization. So what do you think? Please let us know in the comments below. Please subscribe for more videos like this, and we'll see you in the next one. Oh, until next time, hodl, secure your crypto, and may Satoshi and Vitalik be with you always.